Good morning. Welcome to Avon Valley Church's Thought for the Week. My name is Andrea, and I live in Winchester, Virginia. Prayer is the basic and most common form we have to communicate with God. It allows us to have an open and honest conversation about what is on our hearts, to express our gratitude, our fears, our hopes, and our dreams. But what if you don't know what to pray for? What if you can't articulate what you want to say to God? And what if you cannot tap into your emotions to openly and honestly connect with God? This past year has been incredibly difficult and challenging for me and my family. As some of you know, I have been navigating the road and chapter in my life of elderly parents and their changing needs and life requirements. My mother has been in a memory care center since late summer of last year with dementia and is declining. And my father, after suffering severe falls and multiple injuries, he spent 6 months in the same facility as my mother, but in the assisted living. After months of intense rehabilitation and therapy, he is now home and doing well. Although at 83, almost 84, we are addressing the changes in his cognitive skills, which are declining. As for myself, I have struggled, and some days I find myself hanging on by a thread. All of this is on me. However, I do have a younger brother who is 2 hours away. He helps when he can, and he gives me constant support, but basically it is all on me. Every morning since I was young, I get up and I read my daily devotions. In the past, it has always given me peace and hope to go on with my day and keep God at the center. But the past few months, I easily lose my focus. I get distracted, and by the time I finish reading my devotion, I cannot remember what I have read. I read the same sentences or paragraphs 2 or 3 times without comprehending what I have read. I have found it incredibly difficult and challenging to connect with God. A few months ago, somehow I found myself receiving emails from Christian.art. Christian Art is a website that pairs daily gospel readings with art and works of reflection. The purpose is to help people grow closer to God through the beauty of art and the Christian faith. For me, the timing was divine intervention. Receiving the first email was truly a God moment, and I look forward to receiving these emails every morning. Worshiping through art, or Visio Divina, has triggered emotions I was unable to express just by reading scriptures. Through art, the scriptures of God's messages come to life. For centuries, humans have connected with God through art. In ancient times, people who were illiterate relied on art to understand the message of God. For me, a contemporary and literate woman, I needed these works of art more now than ever to emotionally connect with God and to understand the life of Jesus, especially during Lent. Shamefully, it had been a couple of years since my last visit to the National Gallery of Art in Washington, D.C., so I decided a trip was long overdue. During Lent and even Easter, I have made several trips via metro into the National Mall and have set aside my entire day to visit not only the National Gallery of Art, but also the Museum of the Bible, which I highly recommend if you are ever visiting Washington, D.C. I do not go into these museums blindly. I look at my guidebooks, my art history books I have purchased over the years, and my former college textbooks. And I choose just one gallery where I can focus on just a few works of art and grasp a deeper meaning by spending the time with those chosen works. Lately, for the most part, I have been spending time in the galleries which hold works of medieval art. Most of art during that time was set as altarpieces in churches or monasteries depicting the life of Jesus. Seeing these paintings depicting the life of Jesus from the Annunciation to his birth, baptism, crucifixion, and ascension have inspired me and have allowed me to tap into these very emotions I have not felt in many months. For the first time, I have felt a sense of peace. For me, praying and worshiping through art has been emotional and spiritual and gives me the space and peace I need to talk with God and to receive his message. A few weeks ago, Alex posted a message on how she spends time with God while on her walks through the New Forest with her dog. She finds peace in nature in one of her favorite places within the New Forest. Being in nature and having conversations with God gives her the peace and space she needs to breathe. There is no right or wrong way to pray, worship, or connect with God. We are all God's children, and we are all very different. And we find ourselves connecting with God in different ways depending on what is going on in our lives and what our needs are during that given time. But lately for me, it has been praying through art. I've become a member of both the National Gallery of Art and the Museum of the Bible. Being a member has been an investment in my well-being, and it has enriched my life. It has inspired me to keep growing in my knowledge of art and growing in my faith. So I ask you, what did you pray for during Lent? How did you connect with God and receive his messages? Is there one place in nature you find peace and calm? Or is there a specific work of art or music that you listen to, you gravitate towards when you visit a museum? I hope that whatever is going on in your life, whatever struggles you may face, that you find ways to tap into your emotions and to reach out to God to receive his message, and that you find peace. Goodbye, and God bless.